Hello there, and welcome back to International Fathers. I'm your host and creator, Nelson L. Moody Sr. Today we want to talk about a father's responsibility to his child or children. A father has many responsibilities to his child or children. They're broad, there's a whole lot of them, and us fathers around the world maintain and take care of and do our responsibilities to our child or children. Tonight my guest is going to assist me in bringing some of the responsibilities out. Tell us, in your own words, what are the responsibilities of a father?
First and foremost, one major responsibility would to be to leave them an inheritance. According to Joshua 24:3, a good father is supposed to leave his children an inheritance, and within that inheritance, it contains guiding them in the path of their purpose. Also, teaching them how to be responsible, um, and to be honest and trustworthy. I jotted down a few things. Show him how to guide him into the path that shows him his dominant gifts, rather than in the path that will boost his own ego. And take it, sowing seeds in the lives of people. That's a responsibility of a father. Education, leaving good quality education, um, teaching them that education is important. Um, and also, your actions as a father can affect your children's future. That's what's really important for them to know. And there's nothing worse than letting your children live in the shadow of your dream and aspiration instead of letting them be all they can be. Also, um, there's a lot of other things that are really, really important responsibilities. But just as the good seeds you put in your children's lives, there are also bad seeds from not being there. You have some fathers that aren't there to leave that mark on female children as well as male children. They're both really important.
Right? So then, if father is there in them lives of them children, he's being responsible, that son is going to look up and say, my father is very, very responsible in taking care of me. And that daughter is going to say the same thing. My father is responsible. I mean, he teaches me stuff. He loves me. He chastises me. He just pushes me to a point to where, so when I get older, I'm going to be a productive member of society.
Right, right, right.
That's real good. Can you name some responsibilities that will shape his child or children?
Well, I actually just named a lot of them.
Okay.
Sowing good seeds
Okay.
in the child or children. Um, the reality of it is a father not being there, or the father that is there
Right. Right.
and not giving, imparting these things,
Okay.
like education, like chasing after your dreams,
Okay.
or simply telling them you don't have to be what I am. I want you to be better than me. I
Right.
want you to go far beyond where I went.
Right.
If a father is not there to leave that impression upon his children, period, then he's messed up the whole cycle. And it's true. A lot of us are products, me, myself,
Okay.
product of not having a father there. There are many reasons why the father should be there. God set it up that way to
Right.
have a balance of what your children are supposed to have. And I'm not saying that a woman can't lead, but when a male child is born, they are born to lead.
Right.
His or her own family, his family, or a group or circle of people. And they're supposed to gather so many different things within this time that they are there. And if it's not given to them all of what they need, then they lack. And the children grow up with lack of knowledge.
Right.
They grow up with lack of um, being productive,
Okay.
lack of confidence,
Okay.
lack of self-esteem,
That's a good one.
lack of just plenty of lack of
A lot of lacks. A
whoever
lot of lacks.
who they are.
Right.
And it's the father's responsibility to sow those seeds. Again, they're supposed to leave an inheritance. And we're not just talking about monetary.
Right.
We're talking
Right.
about them because according to the scripture, not many people back in those days had riches.
Right.
But because they sowed good seeds in their children, the children became the reapers. I mean, from the seeds that the father was sowing. So you gotta remember, reaping and sowing.
Right.
The ones who get it is the sower and his offspring. So it can be a blessing and it can be a curse. What will you leave your child?
That's interesting because, see, what I tell my children is I want you to be better than me.
Right.
I want you to go further than me. If I'm driving a Mercedes Benz E550, I want my children to be driving a Mercedes Benz SL500. If I'm living in a house that's $300,000, I want my children to be in $1 million house.
Right.
And I can figure on that because us fathers are supposed to be encouraging to our children. And when we don't, as you say, the negative can kick in, and society have a whole lot to offer them.
Right.
That we as fathers won't offer them. Until next time, this is International Fathers. I'm your host, Nelson L. Moody Sr. And remember, fathers, hug those children. Children, hug those fathers. Fathers, call those children. Children, call those fathers.